There are people who believe elegance has an expiration date. That after 50, style gets locked away in the drawers of the past. But what if I told you that men over 50 can be the most stylish ones in the room and even look younger than ever before? There's a secret code in men's fashion that only a few have mastered, and in this video, you're going to discover every detail. Stick around until the end, because what you'll learn here can completely transform the way you see yourself in the mirror. Value the fit of your clothes. There's a huge difference between being dressed and being well dressed, and it all starts with how clothes fit. For men over 50, the right fit is one of the most powerful secrets in men's fashion. Expensive pieces don't matter if they look like they were inherited from someone else's closet. Shirts sagging at the shoulders, pants bunching over the shoes, blazers pulling at the buttons, all of that sabotages your image faster than you think. A good tailor is more valuable than a brand new store. A simple adjustment can turn any basic piece into an extension of your personality. Clothes should respect your body, not the other way around. It's impressive how a fitted blazer, even an old one, can make you look 10 years younger in the blink of an eye. Ever noticed how someone's posture changes just by putting on something that fits well? It's almost magic. The right outfit brings out confidence, not because it's pretty, but because it feels tailor-made for who you are. That's smart men's fashion, the kind that serves the man, not the one that traps him. And this applies just as much to formal events as it does to everyday wear. A basic t-shirt that follows the lines of your torso, without clinging too tightly, makes a stronger impression than any trendy print. And let's be honest, at 50, who needs more noise when you can impress in the silence of details? The biggest trap is comfort disguised as carelessness. Those baggy pants, the always untucked shirt, the lazy look that became a habit, all of that tells the world you've stopped in time. But the truth is, elegance and comfort walk hand in hand when the fit is right. Swapping the whatever works for this suits me is the first move to turn the game around. A simple example? Instead of buying generic fit jeans, look for straight or slim cuts with a bit of stretch. They follow your body without squeezing and are incredibly versatile. Age brings wisdom, and there's nothing wiser than wearing clothes that work for you. It's time to let go of the idea that tailoring is for celebrities. Tailoring is strategy. And you're playing on the team of men who understand the value of a good visual game. Shorten the hem, slightly taper the waist of your blazer, trim the shirt sleeves, small details with a rejuvenating power stronger than many creams out there. A well-fitted piece doesn't draw attention to the clothing, but to you. And isn't that what every man wants? To be noticed for who he is, not just for what he wears. And if the right fit can transform everything, imagine the impact when we learn how to balance proportions in our look. Balance of proportions. When it comes to men's fashion for those over 50, one of the most underrated tricks is mastering the balance of proportions. And no, this isn't about strict rules. It's about visual harmony. The body changes over time, and how we dress each part can either elevate us or bring us down. The rule of thirds, for example, is simple yet powerful. Divide your body visually into 1/3 and 2/3. Wearing the upper part slightly shorter than the lower part creates an elegant, modern, and naturally balanced look. Sounds like a technical detail, but it's pure visual impact. Tucking your shirt into your pants, for instance, is one of the simplest and most effective changes for men over 50. It elongates the legs, defines the waist, and gives your body more structure. Jackets and coats should end right at the hips, not much higher, not much lower, to keep your silhouette aligned. A well-proportioned man exudes balance, even with a bit of belly, even if the body isn't what it used to be. It's all about visual illusion. Knowing how to use this to your advantage is like using the perfect lighting in a photo. You become the main subject without changing a thing. And look, you don't need to rebuild your entire wardrobe to apply this principle. Just start by observing the pieces that flatten or distort your silhouette. Shirts that are too long? Time to roll the hem or replace them with more fitted models. Coats that swallow you whole? Try blazers with 2 buttons and a tapered cut. Small changes make the biggest impact when done with intention. And most importantly, they show care, aesthetic intelligence, presence. There's no age limit for that. Only attitude. What makes a man over 50 elegant is precisely this awareness that dressing well isn't about drawing attention, it's about guiding it with intelligence. It's about knowing where to direct the eye and where to let it flow. The balance between parts of the body reflects inner balance. A harmonious look gives off a sense of effortless authority, something that needs no explanation. And that silent power, my friend, is pure gold in men's fashion. Invest in classic pieces. Anyone who understands men's fashion knows trends come and go, but classic pieces remain, and they're what sustain true elegance. Men over 50 have a huge advantage here. They can wear classic styles with authority. Well-tailored blazers, button-up shirts, dress pants, and leather shoes aren't just clothes. They're silent statements that time has passed, yes, but it left behind wisdom, not neglect. It's the kind of wardrobe that doesn't age, it matures with its owner. Let's be practical. A navy blue wool blazer, for example, can be worn with dark jeans for a smart casual look or with dress pants for more formal occasions. A well-pressed white shirt serves you just as well on a romantic dinner, a business meeting, or a Sunday afternoon with the grandkids. The beauty of classic pieces lies in their silent versatility. They don't scream for attention. They command respect. And more, they go well together, creating dozens of outfit combinations from just a few items. It's the famous less is more, but with plenty of style. Those who focus on classic pieces save time, money, and mental energy. No need to spend hours figuring out what to wear. Everything fits. And more, these pieces don't lose value over time, they gain it. A well-maintained genuine leather Oxford shoe can last 10, 15 years. A pair of wool trousers with a straight cut will go through decades untouched. It's the kind of investment few men make, but those who do earn double the respect. Because there's a certain silent prestige when a mature man masters the basics with finesse. You know that man who walks into a room and automatically seems more trustworthy? Who always seems to be in the right place, wearing the right outfit? That's no accident. It's because he built a timeless style. He didn't need to follow any trend. He just understood what works and owned it with elegance. That's the proposal for men over 50, to create a style that resists time, that matures with you, and that never loses its freshness. And yes, it's possible. All it takes is the right decision. Choose neutral and sophisticated colors. Colors say more about you than most people imagine. In men's fashion, especially for men over 50, the tone of your clothes is almost like a tone of voice, subtle, but highly revealing. Neutral tones like black, gray, navy, white, olive, and beige are more than just safe choices, they're visual strategies. They create a sophisticated effect, easy to combine, and they communicate maturity effortlessly. Overly vibrant colors, on the other hand, often come across as cartoonish when used out of context. Elegance doesn't need to shine like a neon sign. There's a reason why the most admired men in the world, from politicians to actors, prefer neutral palettes. They're the perfect backdrop for your personality to shine. They don't compete with you, they enhance you. A charcoal gray sweater with beige pants, for example, frames you as a confident and refined man without you saying a word. A burgundy coat with royal blue pants? It might work on a runway, but in day-to-day life, it ages the look and steals the natural vibe. The secret lies in appearing spontaneous and elegant at the same time. Combining neutral colors is also a skill that any man can develop. And the upside? They blend effortlessly. A white shirt with a gray blazer. Navy pants with an olive sweater. A beige jacket with a black t-shirt. Everything matches. Everything works. And that brings a silent power that no loud outfit can reach. It's like good background music. You might not notice it at first, but it sets the entire mood. Another crucial point, clothes in neutral colors age better. Literally. Over time, they don't fade dramatically, they don't become dated. On the contrary, they gain an even more charming feel, almost like fine wine. A beige trench coat, for example, looks even better over the years when it starts to tell its story in its creases and folds. That's what men's fashion should be after 50, not a race against time, but a celebration of it. Avoid over-the-top prints. Bold prints are like loud jokes. They might work once in a while, but when overdone, they tire people out, steal attention, and age your image. For men over 50, going overboard with prints sends a confusing message. It feels like a forced attempt to prove youthfulness, when the real charm lies in embracing maturity with style. Loud floral shirts, aggressive stripes, oversized geometric patterns, all of that tends to clutter your look and erase the natural elegance that comes with age. But this doesn't mean you need to live in a sea of plain, boring fabrics. Not at all. Prints are allowed, and even encouraged, as long as they're used wisely. A subtle microprint, a classic plaid, a discreet stripe pattern can add texture, personality, and refinement to your look. Think of a dark-toned shirt with small polka dots, or a Prince of Wales check in gray and blue. These are prints that talk, not shout. They say, this man knows how to dress, without looking like you're trying too hard. The big insight here is understanding that a print should accompany your presence, not compete with it. Men over 50 carry baggage, a story. And your clothes need to be in sync with that. Visual exaggeration often infantilizes, while moderation ennobles. A discreet print, well applied, can even be a bold touch, but always with balance. Those who understand this principle dress with freedom, but with aesthetic responsibility. Remember that shirt full of drawings you bought on a whim but never really wore? It's okay. The trick is to shift your perspective. Instead of asking, is this in fashion? Ask, does this reflect who I am now? Because true style comes from that. Dressing is a reflection of who you are, not as a disguise to look like someone else. And with the right print, in the right place, you show personality without losing authority. Attention to accessories. Accessories are the whispers of men's style. They're not the protagonists, but without them, the story feels incomplete. For men over 50, they represent that final touch that separates the ordinary from the unforgettable. A wristwatch with a classic design, a quality leather belt, sunglasses with a sober frame, these aren't just finishing touches, they're silent narrators of who you are. And at this stage of life, every detail matters more than ever. A mature man who knows how to wear accessories conveys a sense of refinement that doesn't require effort. But here's the secret, less is more. It's not about piling on bracelets, chains, or going overboard with shine. It's about choosing pieces that make sense in the context, with your style, and with your age. A pocket square in a blazer might seem like a luxury, but it's actually a simple trick that can transform an entire look. A well-polished shoe, a minimalist leather wallet, these are the details that tell the story of someone who takes care of himself. Pay attention to the harmony of metals as well. If you're wearing a silver watch, go for buckles and cufflinks in the same tone. This creates a visual unity that may seem invisible, but is noticed in the subconscious of those around you. And yes, it's in this kind of attention to detail that the perception of quiet elegance is built. Because true style is perceived even when it's not explicitly noticed. It's the kind of impression that lasts, and one that only comes with maturity. Glasses, for example, are accessories that directly impact your face. Very bold models can be overwhelming, while classic acetate or metal frames convey sobriety and confidence. These are choices that speak before your first good morning. And let's not forget about cologne. A good scent is the invisible accessory that lingers in the memory of everyone who crosses your path. And you've lived long enough to know, making a good impression takes just a few seconds. But none of this will have the desired effect if your posture doesn't match. The importance of posture and confidence. It may sound cliche, but it's brutally true. No outfit in the world makes up for defeated posture. And likewise, a simple outfit can look luxurious when worn with confidence. For men over 50, posture is more than a matter of spinal health, it's a declaration of presence. Open shoulders, chin slightly raised, firm steps, that changes any look. Because the right clothes with the wrong posture are like a luxury car driven by someone who doesn't know where they're going. Confidence, however, isn't bought, it's built. And it starts with self-awareness. Knowing what flatters you, what works for your body, what represents your moment in life. A stylish man after 50 doesn't follow fashion. He follows coherence. And that coherence, when well expressed, radiates a confidence that commands respect. The clothes just follow that energy. A simple white shirt on someone who knows himself conveys more power than a runway look on someone lost. Posture is also in the way you speak, how you greet, how you occupy space. It's in the discreet smile, the attentive listening, the steady gaze. All of that makes up style, even if it's not made of fabric. It's a kind of elegance no fashion magazine teaches, but everyone recognizes when they see it. A man who knows who he is, who feels at home in his own skin, has a presence no trend can compete with. And here lies the final secret. The confidence that comes with maturity is stronger than any accessory, cut, or fabric. It's what brings the clothes to life. What turns the ordinary into something remarkable? What makes others look at you and think, this guy has something different? And yes, you do. Years of experiences, victories, falls, lessons. All of that is in your body, in your story, and it deserves to be shown with the dignity it has earned. Now that you know the fundamental elements, it's time to align them with the man you truly are. Your style is a silent signature. At 50 and beyond, fashion no longer needs to be a desperate search for acceptance. It becomes expression. Harmony. A silent affirmation of everything you've lived and the man you've chosen to be. And by applying these principles, from fit to balance, from classics to accessories, you start building something greater than a wardrobe. You build a solid, coherent, timeless image. Being well-dressed isn't about impressing others. It's about respecting yourself. Every choice, a well-fitted shirt, a tailored pair of pants, a color that flatters your skin tone, a discreet accessory, speaks for you when you walk into any room. And at 50, 60, or 70, you no longer need to explain who you are. You just need to show up. Mature men's fashion is a game of details, and the man who masters those details masters his own narrative. It's not about changing who you are, but aligning your appearance with your essence. When that happens, something powerful is revealed. The world starts treating you with the same respect you show yourself. You're not too old to reinvent yourself. You're at the perfect point to embrace with elegance everything you've built and use that as your style. After all, your look is a reflection of your story. And few stories are as striking as that of a man who knows how to dress with intelligence, authenticity, and presence. So then, what image do you want to leave behind wherever you go?